Hi everybody, this is Joe from Faded Joe Photography and Website Development. I'm going to talk to you today about photo restoration and how to remove the yellow, red, or blue film that can be found over your old photographs. You know, this can happen for a variety of reasons. One could be the paper that was used, and for another, it could be the inks or dyes that were used when the photograph was developed. Either way, what I would like to do is show you how to get from this to this in just a few simple adjustments. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to delete that group so as not to confuse matters, and I will explain to you exactly how I do this. What I do, number one, is I make 2 copies of the original layer. Control J or Command J on a Mac. Next, what I do is we go to Filter, Blur, Average. What this does is it takes the average color of the photo and smooths it over the entire photograph. Next, we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Invert. Now what I've done is I've taken the complementary color of what the average color was. Basically, here, this might make it a little simpler. Looking at a color wheel, the average color fell within this range. As you can tell now, we're looking at the inverted color, the opposite color, in this area. Minor adjustment there. Okay. Now, obviously this is not a fix at this point. So what we have to do is change the blending mode. We change it from normal to color. And now basically we're looking at the same problem, only now the overcast is blue. However, we can adjust the opacity. 50 is always a good starting point. And what you want to do is get it to a point where you're not seeing yellow and you're not seeing blue. And I'm going to go with about right here. It seems to me between 47 and 51 is where most photos fall for me. Next, what we're going to do is an adjustment layer. With the adjustment layer, we will start with a levels adjustment layer. Bring the lights and the darks to the beginning of the histogram and the end, of course. This obviously makes your lights lighter, your darks darker. You can then adjust the midtones if you need to for a little extra contrast. Next, we're going to have an adjustment layer for contrast. This will really make those colors pop out and actually bring some sharpness into the picture as well. It's important not to overdo it, but there we go. Now, who knew there was green in this shirt here? Last, we'll go with one more adjustment layer, and that is going to be vibrance. And really, we could bring that up. I'm going to take it to about right there. Now, this is all a starting point, because obviously this is not the perfect color, but it is certainly a far cry from this. Once again. Which then brings me to my next point. It is important that you always start with color correction before making any other restoration fixes to your photos. Reason being, this film could cover a lot of detail. And if you find yourself correcting things now and then correcting color, you may realize that you now have to correct things that weren't really a problem. A good example would be perhaps this looked faded, but really it's shine from the flash. So you correct it, you fix the color, and now it needs corrected again. You're going to introduce overcorrection into the picture. So again, my advice, color correction first, always works best. That's it for this tutorial, and I hope to have many more for you guys in the future. Okay, thank you very much.